There you go.
Okay, we're now recording. Lynn is on her way in, so we'll wait a few minutes.
Time.
Oh, okay.
Start your meeting.
Hi,
Lynn.
Dad. Sorry to be late.
Hey, here.
Everybody.
How are you? So,
Were those the meeting minutes? Because I didn't see the meeting minutes from the last meeting, except for the meeting you had with Ronnie by yourself.
so I think we'll start the meeting now at 1:05 PM. I think everyone that is here. So I'm Kathy Yen. I'm been appointed the chair of this committee. Ronnie Hardaway, the mayor, is the Climate Smart Communities Coordinator. And we have, if you want to just go around, we'll introduce ourselves. Starting.
Lynn Leopold, a committee member.
Mike Scott, code zoning and what is that? Stormwater, fire inspector, whatever you want.
Many hats.
Illegal discharge and elimination.
Village staff.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. So get in the laptop for personal.
For 220?
Is that us?
I'm John with the Village of Lansing DPW.
I'm Jerry. I'm the Clean Energy Communities Coordinator out of Cornell Cooperative Extension of Tompkins County. I was the Climate Smart Communities Liaison, but I'm now transitioning that role over to Ashley, who was on vacation and could not make this meeting. So at the next meeting.
He starts a new job and then takes vacation right away, huh?
I'm sorry? I didn't hear you, Pat.
But I said, so she starts a new job and takes vacation right away, huh?
No. She's from another organization. They have our contract now, so we no longer cover for Climate Smart Communities. Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome, everybody. Did everybody get the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. Any changes to the agenda?
I didn't see anything.
Okay. Did anyone have any comments for the June 26th minutes?
No. That was a long time ago.
So I didn't receive any corrections to that or to the notes for the July meeting with Ronnie. So it was basically the CSC report updates that Jerry provided, announcing the new CSC coordinator, Ashley Seafried, Southern Tier 8 Regional Planning Board, who'll be overseeing the programs in Tompkins County. And Jerry, jump in if I misrepresent anything or correct.
No, that's correct.
And then there was information on the grants management sources of funding and also what projects would be eligible for this round, and Jerry sent follow-up information on that. Then the NYSERDA grant clean energy fund use, follow-up on that. And then the status of the certification, and since that meeting, we were formally awarded bronze certification. The village was. And that sign is posted on the village website. And then
There's a sign? Is there a plaque or something?
on the front page, on the homepage of the village website, if you look at the bottom, there is, and there's also a write-up there. And then there was discussion about pursuing the climate change adaptation and resilience plan, and the recommendation was to wait till after the CSC grant had been submitted. That was submitted at the end of July, and we're just waiting to hear back on that. We won't hear for a while.
Oh, here it is. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And the other thing that the village has been working on is the draft comprehensive plan. We do have a 2015 comprehensive plan, but it is currently being reviewed and updated. And we're very grateful for all the help from Jerry, Chris, Cornell Cooperative Extension, the staff, and the two committee, the task force and the committee for all their work on both the grant, technical advice, research, and guidance. So thank you. So there was discussion about updating the charter and inviting more members. Recruitment was another issue that was discussed, and I will talk about that a little bit later. But Jerry, why don't I have you go first? Are there any updates that you want us to know about?
Not particularly. I mean, the biggest one is just that Ashley will be attending the next meeting. I've started letting her know about like just the community work in Tompkins County, and so I've already told her that the village has expressed interest in a climate adaptation plan, with potentially in conjunction with the town of Lansing. So, once she comes back from vacation, we can discuss that a little further, whether or not she has the time to do one of the plans with you guys. Otherwise, we're kind of just waiting for the grant notification. So,
Thank you. I know Chris is not here. There was a question about examples of the community fund use.
right. Oh, yeah. So, I believe Chris last meeting mentions kind of putting essentially solicitation for proposal ideas, right? Similar to how the city of Ithaca was thinking. So the city of Ithaca has not moved forward with that idea yet. And so what we can do is I've kind of drafted an RFP that you guys can take a look at to like solicit ideas for what the Clean Energy Fund could be used for. But that'll be a separate thing. I have to talk about Chris because technically we're not
Oh,
supposed to be able to write like RFPs with you guys
mhm.
for you guys. But you guys can definitely take a look at it, and instead of, finding specifically ideas that the village would like to use for the fund itself, you can, ask the community what they would like to see, right? So that's
So,
that's kind of what our idea was moving forward with this.
right. So are there some examples of RFPs we could look at that
I can give you the one that I drafted once I get approval from Chris. He's out right now for surgery. But there's no like examples otherwise because it's pretty uncommon. I
okay.
would say I've done some digging around to see whether or not this has been possible, but it's kind of new. We don't really typically see microgrants for clean energy, and so this will be kind of I mean you guys will kind of be pioneering the process, so
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Um, Okay, thank you. So the old business was the outreach and recruitment because we do need more community members. So I did ask at the last trustee meeting if we could put a form on the village website, and the trustees did agree to do that, and Ronnie has since posted a form for not just the Climate Smart Communities Task Force, but for also Planning Board, Board of Zoning Appeals, et cetera, to just provide another access for people to create a pool, basically, of potential candidates who might be interested in participating. So that is on the village website. Let's see. It should be right on the homepage. So that was done. The charter is still in draft form, and so for revising that. And then new business is the certification report and feedback that we received for the bronze certification. And
Let's see, where is that? When does he get those?
And the other thing, I'll backtrack a little bit. The website also has, I also requested that we have a button on the homepage. At the bottom of the page, you'll see presentations. So if there are any climate smart community related presentations, the audio or PowerPoint could be put there, or the full presentation itself. And there's also been follow-up on the website being ADA compliant. So multiple modalities, communication modalities, et cetera. The same with the comprehensive plan, making it a little easier. For example, the graphs, rather than just be color-coded. If you have a circle graph with a percent, you also include the label. People might be colorblind, things like that. So now on to, and I want to be mindful of everybody's time, so we'll keep this within the hour, because people have places to go and fire inspections to do. We did get the feedback on the items that had been submitted and accepted. So we had all 10 points on the approval for a coordinator. So Ronnie Hardaway is the task force coordinator, which is a requirement. And then we also, for the things that we needed to follow up on, Action 1, partnership with other entities. We do partner with the Cuba Lake Watershed Intermunicipal Organization, and we do partner with the Tompkins County Council of Governments. And they're asking us to resubmit with documentation that explains how the village collaborates in a substantive way. And on, specific projects related to climate change. Another action that they'd like us to follow up on was Government Operation Climate Action Plan. And they're asking us to resubmit and include the date the plan was finalized and the actual resolution, with the link where it can be found online and available to the public. So that was the second item.
Kathy, where are those notes? Did you send them
Yeah.
their responses?
Yep.
I know I saw them.
Ronnie sent a
Hey,
PDF.
Ronnie. It was from
And
Ronnie.
I also sent the PDF. So you can look on here.
Yeah.
I'll
well,
resend
that's
it
all
to
right.
you.
I know I have it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find the email where it showed up.
This would have
I
been,
just have the resolution. What's the date on
I'd have to
it?
look up the email,
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's not on your document,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So we got full credit for the government operation greenhouse gas inventory. We got partial credit for the benchmarking municipal buildings. And the code enforcement training, we got full credit for that for Mike Scott. And fleet inventory, we did get credit for that. They just, going forward, at the last trustee meeting, I believe it was, or one of the trustee meetings, John will be updating the fleet inventory to include the surplus and the new vehicle that was purchased, so. The LED streetlights, we got full credit for. Community repair, we got credit for. The recycling bins in government buildings at the drop spot. For food scrap recycling, we got credit for. The sustainability elements in the current comprehensive plan, we got credit for, and in the review process, we're paying close attention to that, so that's incorporated in the new plan. Minimizing solid waste is one thing we could look into further. The other thing that could be looked into further are just local food systems and ways to facilitate that. That was a comment that was just made. So
How
I'm
do we
just
do
sharing
that? I mean, as a municipality, I don't really understand why we would even be asked to do something like that, because that's really mostly private sector stuff. So, I mean, what
Well,
would they
it
suggest?
would be like the pop-up farmers
Farmers markets
markets
and-
and things like that.
Those are
That
kind of out of our
sometimes
control.
happens in the mall,
It
which is in the
happens
village.
it happens anyway
Yeah,
in the mall on Fridays,
right.
when the fish truck comes, and there are a
And
few
the
little markets there. but that's-
CSC pickups,
Yeah, but those are all already, arranged through private farms and organizations that are already doing that.
some more education and outreach, perhaps.
Maybe we just let people know about it. I mean, it's not kosher that we promote local vendors at the mall on Fridays as opposed to promoting any other local vendors.
Or just
around.
notification.
I don't know. Is that what they want?
Yeah, I mean, they're just looking for involvement with it, right? Because it's strengthening local food systems, which is pretty important. So they're not asking you to fully set one up. Obviously, if you had the resources, that'd be great. But like just collaborating with them, giving them a shout out on your page, a website page or whatever.
Well, maybe that's what we do, is just, but we don't even know who the vendors are. They're not, it's not, that they tend to be the same people every week. There are probably about 4 different vendors. One is a baker, she does Greek pastries, and there are a couple of farmers, and somebody sells honey. That's about
Right.
it.
So I mean, it's just whoever kind of organizes that. I mean, you could just have like a general flyer that goes out, right? That says, "Hey, come on down. You guys have a food farmers market."
I think who organizes it, or it's probably rather self-organizing, but I have a feeling, since they're on mall property, the Trip Hammer folks would be the ones to reach out to.
Yeah.
The Thaylors.
And just check with probably the farmer's market to see if they have any plans for pop-ups, and et cetera.
Not in our village. I mean, they do it over in East Hill Plaza and downtown, but I don't think they're up
So-
here in the Northeast. I mean, it's worth asking them, but I don't think they're up here.
Well, they do have the winter farmers market, they do have it up.
They have the indoor farmers market, yeah, and that's all Trip Hammer folks, you know.
Right, which is still
We can
part of the
promote it.
And they usually advertise it pretty good, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do, but we could put it in our newsletter. Remember that local
Right.
produce is available all winter long, starting in whatever it is, after
Yeah.
December,
yeah.
starting in January.
So that would be a way, it's just notifying this is available in the village as opposed to,
I mean, the opportunities are rather slim
promoting
for the village,
specific-
because we're so small.
yeah,
But that's true that there are those
Yeah.
opportunities.
so just letting the villagers know what opportunities are there would be one
Yeah,
mechanism. Pat, what are your thoughts?
One thing I want to mention here is that you guys have achieved bronze already, and this program is pretty comprehensive and isn't exactly replicable, I guess, in every single community, right? For smaller communities, it's a little more difficult for certain actions to be done.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so, I mean, if the village's goal is to hit silver, it is going to be, I will say, substantially harder to get there, just because there's less resources.
yep,
Um, so I mean, and this could still be a focus in the background, but my suggestion is to focus on actions that you guys think are worth doing, right? This program provides kind of a framework and guidance on it, so you can get some resources on how to do certain things, potentially some funding right through the CSC applications. Um, but I think it's more important to focus on what you guys would like to see in the village rather than focusing on, achieving every action in the program in order to hit silver.
right,
So that's kind
right.
of just my the way that I've been approaching it, at least for smaller communities, right? Because the town of Dryden recently just hit silver, but they have a task force that's about, 10 people, and they've been working on it since the fracking ban, right? So it's been quite a while since they've been doing
Yeah.
and they have a decent amount of money and projects going on in the town. So again, like, I wouldn't focus too much on the specifics of an action if you feel like it's not worth pursuing. I would suggest finding actions that you think are worthy of doing in the village, right? Of putting resources into, and then focusing on how to do it using those action guidances on the website.
Yeah, I mean, like, making more solar opportunities available like we've done in the past. Keep working on electrifying our fleet, the parts of our fleet, that kind of stuff. I mean, our heaviest greenhouse gas emissions are DPW, and those are going to be the hardest to change.
Yeah, and so if your focus is on transitioning a little bit of the fleet, either to make them more efficient, so not necessarily all EVs, but just, I mean, newer models of cars, that's one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, so again, that's a great focus. I wouldn't kind of get stuck on some of the details on actions you don't think is like, like you were talking about the farmers market, right?
Yeah.
If you don't
It's a
think
small
there's
one.
much, yeah. If you don't
It's
think there's much
small.
room for the village to get involved with that, I wouldn't even like bat an eye to it.
That's my feeling, is that we're just not in that kind of a position. If we were the city of Ithaca, it might be a different story.
Right. Right, yeah, and so not every action in the program is meant to be universal.
Sorry, we're in the main room and
You're good. I know the layout.
people are coming in and out to go to the clerk's office. So right now, I'm just going through the feedback we received, not necessarily what our action is going to
Yeah.
be, so I should
Where
have
they thought we
clarified
had
that.
shortcomings.
Right. So this is just feedback we received. The natural resource inventory, that was, we got full
Full
credit for that.
And what about the
The
comprehensive plan?
climate resilient hazard mitigation plan that the village had a component of, we got full credit for that with the county's plan. Culverts and dam, the comment we had on that was, in addition to the list, the kind of before and after pictures to demonstrate what the condition was before and project was completed. So
Have we talked with DPW to find out what they've been working on?
this is
On their
just the
inventory?
comment
Oh, okay.
that came back.
Because we do have an inventory, right, of all of our outfalls and all of our
yeah.
culverts.
Yeah.
And all our retention ponds and all of those things. And they
Yep, we
usually
have
are
been working on that. And
So I'll turn that over to you for that
Stormwater
answer.
Coalition has done a great job helping
Yeah,
us out.
I just saw Angela.
Mapping all of that out. And then we are on a schedule system. Matter of fact, I went out in the field with them so they could show me how to basically write down all the information so it can be checked every 5 years. They all have to be checked every 5 years as per DEC. So I'm gonna try breaking those off into doing so many per year.
Yeah.
So you have got to do the 200 and some of them we have 1 year. But yeah, the coalition has been great.
Yeah, because I just saw Angela, and she said that they did a whole inventory for you again, and, yeah, it makes sense to have the rotational check, so that you're checking some of them every 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all of them, but different 5-year.
Yeah, we'd have to have somebody
Yeah.
here for a year to do all 200.
Oh, absolutely.
So probably about 40 a year
In that neighborhood,
in
yeah.
that neighborhood.
Are there some that have been worked on this summer?
Um,
Retention ponds or cleanouts or anything like that?
One of the retention ponds, John, they did last year, the one at Shannon Park.
Uh-huh.
It's scheduled soon to do another one up towards Millcroft. But the DPW is doing a great job keeping up on.
Maybe they could let us know when they're doing specific ones, and we can photograph them before and then photograph them afterwards, because we don't know when they're doing them.
We did, John communicated with everyone down at Shannon Park, and I went out there while they were digging to take pictures.
Okay,
And
but that would help us if we're trying to take credit for this on for our certification.
Well, for the village, it's
For the
just good
village.
to have
Yeah.
that.
we'll make sure that, next one we do, that I go out there and document a little bit
Yeah.
for you guys.
Sure, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
that'd be
Take
great.
pictures.
Yeah. And John, thank you too for all your work on this.
You're welcome. We usually kind of work with Mike, and it's hard to plan retention pond cleaning because it's all weather driven.
Absolutely.
With the rain, and we try to do them the driest times of the year. And but yeah, we hope to do the one at Millcroft. The rest of them I think are pretty decent. There's just a few things that need to be repaired on them. That's about all I have. I gotta roll out of here like at
sure.
1:30, but I know I'm a little late getting out. But is there any questions you have for me before I kick off?
No, in terms of the feedback, that was the only feedback to really communicate. And the other things, the inventory that you did for the fleet was great, so thank you for that. And all your work helping with the CSC grant, getting that information and working with the village engineer, really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was
Shout out for
a lot
that.
a lot on Carolyn though. She did a lot of it. But Don with TG Miller, he was our ace on getting that information
Yeah.
back up. The sad thing is though, it doesn't look like we will be able to start the project for quite some time. I wanted to get some of the infrastructure in the ground, but now we can't do anything until.
Well, we've got 5 years
Yeah.
if we can, so.
Right.
So
Well,
thank you.
I have to roll and
Okay.
nice meeting you, Lynn and Kathleen, and
Yeah, good to talk to you, John.
yep, we'll
Take care.
talk
Take care.
later. Have a good day. Enjoy your holidays coming up. Long
Yeah, you
weekend.
too.
You too.
Let's hope for no emergency, so you can
I
have your
know.
time.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, 2 years ago, they had done Lansing Trails too. Cleaned that.
Janivar and that whole
It's
area.
a big
That worked out
project.
really well. That was a good project. So, like I said, if we can do one a year, I mean, we're not probably gonna have to, I think we have 5. We're not gonna have to repeat it for a while.
You know, I mean, this is a case where you've already got state regulations guiding the inventorying and repairs and changing out of our stormwater infrastructure. So we should get full credit for everything we do, and that should automatically transfer to community smart, climate smart communities, because we're already required to do that by the state.
Okay.
So it seems to me that, you know, we should get full credit for anything we do on stormwater, because we've been doing stormwater for years. Years.
Yeah. And doing a really good job. So.
Yeah, we've been on top of it.
Gets me out of the office. Gets me out of the office.
Gets you out of the office. I mean, so it occasionally floods over at the mall, but, yeah. We've done a lot of work on that, too.
So the hazard mitigation plan, I know we talked briefly, the status of that. So the 2021 update, we did get credit for, but it's currently under review now. So I'll let you say a couple words
No,
about that.
basically, there was a meeting last month, I believe, that Ronnie and I both attended via Zoom. At this point, with all of the municipalities, we're looking at what our major downfalls are. The list we had to make like a couple of years ago of topics that need improvement for, like such as stormwater. They've listed tree branches near power lines, that type of stuff. And what we have to do now is I've got to meet with Ronnie and decide what's our highest priority. Every municipality is going to come up with their biggest, pet peeve or whatever problem that they have. And if any of them are in common with each other, then we're going to try to pull it together to try to get a grant for working on all of them. If there's something that's common. If somebody's got something that nobody else has a problem with, then obviously we're not going to get any type of grant for it. But, the more we can put in, more municipalities we get together that have the same issue.
So it's a shared
chances
services
we are getting a grant.
kind of thing.
So that's where we're at for those.
And what is the grant?
Sorry?
What is the grant?
Grant to help pay for improvement for
And the
like
grant comes from,
state.
oh, okay.
Good. So that is the status of the update on that. So thank you for that. The other, sorry, let me go back to what we've got here. So are there any, right now, so a vulnerability assessment specific to the village basically is what's going on right now?
Yeah, I can send you the report if you'd like to see
Okay.
it.
That'd be great, and then we can.
It was a process, it was done a couple of years ago. It was kind of a process that there were issues that Ronnie had come up with, there was issues that I had come up with. And then we numbered them as a priority, what was gonna be prioritized, so that the county put together a list for us, what they thought was the priority, so then we took the kind of, all three of us had ones on it, that became the first priority,
Right.
that type of deal, so. That's
Okay.
kind of, but I
Yeah,
can send you that.
That would be helpful.
Okay, I will.
Great, thank you. And then now to look at going forward, as Jerry mentioned, the silver is much harder because rather than just the planning, it's really, as I read it, more the implementation of everything. So one big thing is the climate adaptation and resiliency planning that really should be conducted with a broader group. The village does need its own specific plan, like emergency and identifying, the assets and vulnerabilities in the village, but it also needs to be incorporated into a larger whole. Not just a response to a list of hazards, but looking at scenarios in the future, long-term.
One of the shortfalls we
it-
have is actually getting this information out to people. No one ever wants to know, okay, where do we go for an emergency? I mean, ours is July, and nobody
Gathering places.
does it, nobody searches for that information until it's too late, until actual, something happens. So getting it out there so everyone
Well,
has it.
that's where I think Siren comes in, and if more people signed up for that, they'd get the alerts from the county, like there's a heat emergency or the air quality. I've been getting those alerts all summer long, and they're very helpful.
And so that's now on the website. So right on the homepage, the siren sign up is there.
But you do have to sign up for
And
it.
the
I mean, how
heat.
else do you reach people?
So the ready.gov, that is on the top of the homepage as well, along with the health department. So there's,
Yeah.
right now, it's, focus was on the heat emergencies. And choose. So that's right at the very top. There's also the let's see. I'm trying to remember what the homepage looks like, but yeah. So there's been a lot that's been added to that to make it a little bit easier when people go. And there is a newsletter. I know we talked about communications, Pat, the newsletter that's coming out in October, where we'll include more of this
Or that
information
information,
also.
good.
Yeah.
We also, during the hazard mitigation, the specific way of getting this information out to people in the village, and I just used our, for example, I suggested that there's a few things you could do. Yes, you have Siren that, which will tell you the information. You can get it out in the newsletter, but the people are so busy now that adults.
Getting attention?
won't pay. So maybe do something as simple as having a refrigerator magnet sent out to people in the village,
Yeah,
or going to actually educating the kids that are in school, because the kids get involved in it, and they bring it home, and the parents are now getting involved with the kids, and this makes them aware.
it's like smoking and recycling.
Yeah, so those are a couple.
So that's a good idea.
Bridge
Actually
magnets is a cool
making
idea.
that available, basically what goes in the newsletter, that information available to both Lansing Central School District to share with their students in their communication.
I like the whole magnet thing, send that
The
out.
magnet thing,
People
yeah.
get that, put it in their refrigerator.
Put them out on election day as well. You know,
Yeah, for flooding.
we're allowed to do that. You could put them out, you know, when people come to vote. You get a lot of villagers that way.
So, and the village does encompass both school districts. Kids go,
Yeah.
you
Both
know,
ways.
depending on where you live in the village, which
Right.
can be very confusing for
Yeah.
people. But that's a good idea. The magnets, actually, Cornell, Danielle, I'm blanking on her last name, does have magnets and things like that, refrigerator magnets for the flood information.
Could be something simple, and
Yeah.
like I said, people have, I know we have magnets with information on our refrigerator. I mean, who
Yeah.
doesn't? A lot of people
Oh, I do too.
So,
What would it entail? What to do in a heat emergency, what to do from flooding, what to do,
where, you
Well,
know, where,
maybe-
just emergencies, how to find out about emergency notifications?
yeah, we'd have to sit down and figure out what would be.
Yeah, because if it's too much information, they won't look at it.
You want something somewhat simple,
Yeah,
yeah, so.
Plus the type has to be big enough for people to read.
true.
Right.
If they have to use their magnifying glass, doesn't do much good.
You gotta take a minimalist approach on magnets.
My fridge doesn't have room for any more magnets.
Something as simple as for emergency, call Pat Gillespie and put his number down.
Yeah, there you go.
That would work, wouldn't it, Pat?
I've got your cell number, Mike, I can add that in there.
Well, it's kind of like 211 or 911, if there were just one simple number to call for all of that kind of thing, wouldn't that be great? 211 would probably be helpful.
211 for all your,
But we don't want to run emergency stuff to them, because that's not what they're in business to do.
no. But 211 is a great resource for community services.
Yeah.
Okay, so going forward, one suggestion was to do more with the website for climate smart
we can do
communities
that.
related
Yeah,
in terms of education and outreach, and this would be one suggestion.
maybe Joey would know, but do we have any idea how many hits we get on the village website every month?
I wouldn't know.
Pretty small.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
That's, I mean, one big limitation is how many people actually come to our website unless they need to know that when their taxes are due or something along those lines. I don't typically go to the village website. Well, maybe I know too much about the village, but I don't, and I don't know how many other people are regularly going to the village website. So it's there, the information is there, but I'm not sure it's going to reach a lot of people over a period of time. So we have to look for, I mean, the newsletter is helpful too, but because it's now online, again, if people aren't on the email list, they don't get our newsletters. So I think we need as you said, multimodal, multi-pronged communication strategy to try to reach people. We used to have a big poster box down in the mall, Trip Hammer Mall. There's a big glass case, and it's like community notices or something. And we used to be able to post our meeting notes, our meeting schedules down there, and any sort of important information about the village, but I don't think that happens anymore. I don't think that the mall people have village information there anymore. It looks like it's all advertising and stuff. It might
It's
be
a lot
worth,
of concert stuff and
what's that,
different
Pat?
businesses. They post a lot of conference or
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but it used to be, we had an exclusive village poster
Yeah.
board down there for just village information. And that hasn't been there for a long, long time. So I'm wondering if maybe we talk to the mall owners and see if we couldn't have a village post place where you don't end up getting, free babysitting and that kind of stuff posted on it. And
So
everything
this,
else.
at the Tuesday planning board meeting, Lorraine Capagrosi mentioned that she heard that the Trip Hammer Mall was being sold.
Is it?
So that's all she knew. She just heard a rumor that it was being sold, but she didn't know to whom.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Thaylors Manly's the only one left, really, and then there's a daughter. And apparently she's been sort of running everything, but,
I've heard also that
what's that?
I've heard it also that they're going
To sell it.
they're going to sell, or whether they already have or not, I don't know.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's been in one family all these years.
But pursuing, another location where there's a
location.
lot of foot traffic. That's
Certainly
what-
not that mall, the other mall. There's just got no foot traffic. And there's really no place to post anything in there. I've tried postering in there for other things, and there's nowhere to put anything.
And then tabling at different events also. Collaborating in that respect, the village, Cornell Cooperative Extension just had a Lansing Community Sustainability Picnic at Myers Park.
Right.
And so just letting people know about those events, which the village did. They had it on a poster on the board and on the website, and other organizations also shared the information. So any kind of events like Quio does. There was one last night
Yeah,
that dealt with PFAS in foam. And so they have a lot of good information on a lot of events and presentations. And then there's the Environmental Management Council, and then the case board, the county events also, and meetings coming up dealing with a variety of topics, so that are all related to the, basically a changing climate. So kind of dovetailing and overlapping there. But as Jerry mentioned, very specific, we've got 10 minutes, very specific directions forward for next steps.
we've sort of hit the low-hanging fruit, haven't we? Mostly.
So a focus kind of on the
More
education and
communication.
outreach.
I think communication's a tough one, a tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
It's going to take some creativity to figure out how best to communicate, because the village itself doesn't feel like a village. We don't have, a sort of a central meeting place for people in the village to get together. We don't have a village green. We have a village hall, but no, people only come here when they want to pay their taxes or their water bills or come to a meeting. So it's hard to get information out, especially because we have so much transient housing. But we've got neighborhood groups now, like East Point,
Lansing Trails one.
Lansing Trails, and Shannon Park. So those are at least 3 neighborhoods. Highgate used to have some kind of thing, but they don't anymore. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's this weird neighborhood that's cut off from the rest of the village by Route 13. Yeah. And I'm sure they feel like they're more part of Cuba Heights than they do the village of Lansing. They just pay their taxes here. So that's a hard place to campaign. It's a hard place to just reach anybody. So, I mean, I think communication is going to be a big one, trying to figure that out. We're going to have to do some strategizing and see what our resources are. What can we spend? How can we dovetail more than anything else? How can we piggyback with other efforts?
Right.
Because I don't think we can sort of jumpstart a whole communication program all on our own.
No, I like it's a good idea to piggyback and dovetail.
Because other
with
people have done
groups.
a lot of heavy lifting on this stuff.
Right.
And rather than try to reinvent those same programs and outreach ideas, we just avail ourselves of the other organizations that are already doing the work and see how to get the word out.
Yeah, and even co-sponsoring some events.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, do you have any thoughts on this? You're our communications guy.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not really sure. I don't know how we do it, because I've been on other committees where we struggle to find members. I mean, we need more members involved.
Right.
True.
And I think just, first step would be hitting the different neighborhood listservs. Somebody wants to type up a paragraph or whatever, I can get that to the Lansing Trails group.
That'd be great.
Great.
We have a new president, so he's really eager to get things going and get people involved, so.
Who's your new president, Pat?
That's a good question. Is Eric? What's Eric's
Oh, it
last name?
begins with an S, the last name.
Eric Steinschneider.
Right.
Oh,
He's a faculty
that name
member.
is totally familiar.
He's a faculty member at Ithaca College.
Yeah.
In religious studies, I think.
Yep. I think I might even have met him once.
So just encouraging people also to, go and sign up and just on the informal, I forget what what it's called, the interest form.
Right, the Google Doc,
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
Ron you put together. Yeah, I think we just, type up a short paragraph saying we're looking for new members
Right.
and direct them to,
And
that
just
website.
direct them directly to that, yeah.
Mhm.
Because so far, since it's gone active, since it's gone live, I haven't had any feedback that anybody has responded yet to it. So just getting the word out to everybody that you know.
It's not the sexiest committee to be on, let's face it. People are so busy and
Yeah,
it's
people
just-
are.
It's hard to recruit for something like
Yeah.
this. And besides, we've already done a lot of the hard work just to get to the bronze.
Yeah.
So now what are they going to do?
There's a lot to do with water quality,
Yeah.
stormwater, climate
Education.
adaptation, resilience. So there's still a lot of work and a lot of room for people with a variety of interests, everything from, disability focus, both access and functional, and people with scientific backgrounds, and, a broad range, medical background, because with the changing climate, you've got disease.
Yep, we've got mosquitoes, we've got new tick diseases.
Public health backgrounds, so there are a lot of different avenues to participate and provide input.
Well, we just have to make it look juicy. Like, everybody wants to pile on.
And, yeah,
Oh, I would love to work on
any
that.
thoughts, Mike?
Not offhand. Those, you probably don't want to know the ones I'm thinking of, so.
Yeah, right.
Go door to door.
I'm sorry?
Mike could go door to door and recruit people.
Yeah.
You have nothing else going on door to door, right?
We'll just add another hat.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
So maybe we could get together kind of informally and share some
Yeah,
ideas.
sure.
In between.
In between, sometime in September,
Yeah.
let's do that. But can we pick a date?
It's usually the.
But when is our
last
regular
Thursday.
meeting?
The regular is
But
the last Thursday.
There's also a Greenway committee at the same time at
Well,
1:30.
I don't think they always meet.
Well, Carolyn said that there would be a meeting on the 25th.
Okay, let me
And in the
grab-
meantime, we were all supposed to go out and look at all the parks.
Okay,
And, put our thoughts down on what we think parks
Right.
need or what's good about them, whatever, if we have comments about any of the parks. But I thought I thought actually they were going to meet today, but she said just visit in lieu of going to the meeting, visit the parks. But if they meet at the same time every month, it's going to be right on top of our meeting.
so,
Is that in the village calendar when Greenway meets?
yeah, Greenway is usually 1:30 to 3 o'clock.
Last-
The 1, 2, 3, 4th Thursday.
Thursday. So that puts it on the 25th, and
So
that's
it's literally,
same as us. We
yeah,
could,
1:30 instead of, we normally end at 2, so we need to leave in about 4 minutes, but.
so if we meet again, is it going to be the same day as the Greenway Committee? That's what I'm asking. Do we always meet on the 4th?
We just have a
Thursday.
standing time that people agreed on because staff might be available 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
But is that the fourth
Here.
Tuesday? The fourth Thursday? Or is it?
We're always the last Thursday,
Well,
so sometimes it
yeah.
overlaps, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how many Thursdays there are in the month.
Yeah, okay. Well, if we both have the fourth Thursday, it's going to be, well, in October, it's going to be the 23rd.
NICOM is the week of the 15th, so
Okay.
Pat won't be available the
All
week
right.
of the 15th.
Are you going?
No,
Okay.
no, but Carolyn's going. We could try for next week.
I am going to be away all of next week.
Oh, okay.
I am actually going to go to Rhode Island. But after that, the next week, the 15th through the 19th.
Well, if there's a conflict on the 25th,
Go to the 18th?
no, then let's see,
NICOM is
Pat
that
can't.
week. Yeah,
We could
back it up.
go to October 2nd instead, just move it up a week and then meet again
Okay,
on the 30th.
okay, so at the one on the 2nd, we could be strategizing
Yeah,
what to do,
yeah.
and then have our full meeting at the end of the month. Okay.
Does that work
I can do it.
for
October 2nd.
kind of just a strategy working group meeting on
Right, are you looking at
October?
October 2nd?
I'm sorry,
Are you looking at October 2nd?
Yeah,
October 2, 1 to 2.
That works for me.
That does?
Yep.
Okay. Jerry, I don't know if that works for you in your new role.
Yeah, that should.
Okay. Mike?
It can't depend, I mean,
Okay,
it depends on you,
right,
your calling.
pops up that day.
right.
Yep.
Oh, I understand.
I can't believe we're talking about October.
I know, that's terrifying. And then we are scheduled again
Halloween?
4 weeks later on the 30th.
Oh, the 30th. Whoops, I'm ahead of myself.
And then Ashley had mentioned something about thinking about open office hours.
Huh? Meaning,
The Region 8, the new coordinator, the new,
Region 8 for what? DEC?
Ashley.
Oh, her
yeah,
region.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you working with her on that, Jerry?
No, that's a separate meeting that she takes on herself. She essentially just gathers a bunch of the municipalities she works with across the 5 counties that she covers now. So that's I mean, you'll have to ask for more information just because I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay. So what are you doing in your new role and how's it working since you moved?
I'm just covering some of the clean energy communities, municipalities that we work with. So a lot of them have ongoing grants as well, which are a little bit more involved.
Uh-huh.
So things like procurement of like EVs, chargers, materials for like building energy measures, things like that. So I'm just kind of in the background, people ask me for questions on how to proceed with grants moving forward for deliverables. So we're waiting for the program to kind of restart up next year, but
Uh-huh.
we're kind of in a cool down zone right now where we're just closing out some of the grants that we've already contracted out.
Oh, so you're busy.
It's not too busy. I mean, I work with like 10 municipalities, but most of the time it's pretty sparse communication, only when they need help with something, right? So
Well, you've been excellent with your research and guidance and everything, so thank you.
thank you. I appreciate that. It's nice to work with you guys, so.
Well, I think we're a few minutes after and you've got a fire inspection to do, so.
you have a fire to go to?
I will adjourn. What time is it?
It is
I've got
2:02.
2:02. And bye, everybody. Have a good holiday.
day.
Yeah, bye, thank you. Bye.